Hi, my name is Marion Greaser. I'm a 79-year-old individual, which means I've got more years before today than after. But I know where I'm going, so that doesn't matter. I've been very blessed in my life. I have a loving wife, very supportive. I have two wonderful children. They're both believers. They have nice families. I'm very blessed. I come from a rich religious heritage. My great-grandfather, in his obituary, mentioned that he read the Bible through 8 times in his life and only stopped because in the last 2 years of his life, he was blind. He was a leader in his church, in 2 different churches. My grandfather was also a leader in the church. My father was a leader in his church. My father and mother were both adult Sunday school teachers. So I come from a great religious heritage, and a heritage where leadership has been expected, and I've felt comfortable in doing that. I was a faculty member at the University of Wisconsin-Madison for 42 years. How I got to that point was, again, I see God's hand in it. The position I took was held by a young professor who died of an aneurysm. So the position became available after that. And I had gotten my degree here and was called back to be on the staff. When I was finishing my undergraduate work at Iowa State University in Ames, they were deferring people from the draft if you were an undergraduate. No, I had no objection to being drafted. So they were deferring undergraduates. After I did my undergraduate work, I went to graduate school here at University of Wisconsin. They stopped deferring undergraduate students, but they deferred graduate students. After 1 year, I got married. They stopped deferring single graduate students, but they deferred married graduate students. A couple years later, our daughter was born. They stopped deferring married graduate students, but they did defer married graduate students with children. Then I got to be age 26, and they didn't draft anybody over age 26. And so I avoided the draft. Now, none of this was planned, but I see God's finger in that, and He protected me from that. And again, it could have been something different, but it was a blessing, at least for me, not to have to go through that. I've been with Westwood now for over 40 years. And most of those times I've served as an elder here. I've done teaching, youth, adults, Bible studies, functioned in various roles. We don't have time to talk about all the different things I've been in. That's past, and the mantra now is, what have you done for me lately? Well, I retired in 2013, and I've continued on doing my elder responsibility, but I've increasingly been involved in helping several older people in the church with their difficulties with health, finances, and so on. And I took a look the last 2 months. I've been involved in at least 23 different meetings or doctor's appointments, hospital visits, or whatever, to people in Westwood. And so that's almost a full-time job. But it's a blessing. The people appreciate it. These are people who don't have anybody else that can help them, or for various reasons don't have the help that they need and can't handle dealing with computers and doctor's appointments and transportation issues, all these sorts of things. But it's been a major ministry for me, and I'm glad to do it. I think those are the major things that I wanted to share with you today. Thank you.